Nicholas Cannon, what are you doing? What are you thinking? All right, for those of you that don't know, Nick Cannon just lost his job. Okay, he just got fired, terminated, axed by CBS, ViacomCBS. He had his own show, Wild and Out, been on MTV for years. He just got fired. Why? Because of anti-Semitic remarks he made on his podcast. Nick Cannon has a podcast called Cannon's Class. He was on there with Professor Griff, and he's saying all these negative things about the Jewish community and non-people of color. And it's like, Nick, what are you doing? Like, not only is he wrong for that in general, but on top of that, him being someone who's a celebrity, somebody who's well-known, somebody who's in the spotlight, you can't say things like this and not expect repercussions, not expect people to say something. The bad thing about this is Nick is doing exactly what people have been doing against people of color, black people, Hispanic people, Mexican people, Spanish people, whoever. People of color in general, this is what they say about us when they want to say negative things or when they want to degrade us. So I'm not going to go into detail about what Nick Cannon said on his podcast, but just know he said something that was anti-Semitic, something that was against the Jewish community, and people are outraged. People don't understand, why would he do this? And once again, this is another situation where a celebrity or somebody who's well known is basically shooting himself in the foot, putting their foot in their mouth, and saying something that, one, was unnecessary, didn't even really make sense, and two, has just damaged your career. Now, in this interview or conversation he had on his podcast, he mentions in Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan, who is associated with those who are Muslim, those who are with the Nation of Islam. And Louis Farrakhan there's some people who feel a certain way about him, and there's other people who feel another way about him. But when it comes to celebrities and their careers, usually he's had a negative impact on them. For those who know who Arsenio Hall is, one of Eddie Murphy's best friends, he had a great late night talk show in the 90s, the Arsenio Hall Show. Once he had Louis Farrakhan on his show for an interview, it was over. That was it. And Arsenio was on for a good couple years. He had great celebrities on. He had great performances. It was an award-winning late night show. He was the only African-American with a late night talk show. It was Jay Leno, it was David Letterman, and it was Arsenio Hall. And then Conan came around. So Arsenio ruined his TV career by having Farrakhan on, and Louis Farrakhan has some different views and beliefs when it comes to those outside of the black race or outside of the African-American ethnicity or whatnot. And Nick Cannon just did the same thing 20 plus years later. Nick, you're in the wrong. You got to do better. You can't talk out of your neck like that. I don't even know if he's still going to have his radio show. I don't know what his contract is like with Power in LA, but I know with Viacom and CBS, they just cut him loose. He's out of there. He's just lost a job. So for people out there, learn from other people's mistakes. Don't say crazy things. If you have an opinion that you especially know might upset some people, might be negative, just keep it to yourself. Like we all learned as kids. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's it. Nick, hopefully you learn from this. I'm sure this is not going to help his career. I'm sure if he had any, business with other large corporations or networks, this is probably going to ruin a lot of those plans. But hopefully, he can, somehow, I don't know, come up with a solution or a way to clean this up, because right now it looks bad. And what he said was bad. It wasn't positive, and it's not anything that should be linked or related to the Black Lives Matter movement, or for those who are, doing their best to be conscious in times where, your consciousness has to be raised to another level. But either way, Nick Cannon, you were wrong. This has just made sense. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, share with others, and y'all have a good day. All right.